Thanks for joining us for another episode of DCCares. And in this series, we've been looking at a variety of resources in our community for caretakers who are caring for someone who has some form of Alzheimer's or dementia. And my guests today are Jan Orr and Linda Potter, and you are with Dungeness Courte. Dungeness Courte provides full-time care for people dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. But you also have another service that I wanted us to talk about, and that is a day stay program. Tell me about that. How does day stay work?
Well, as far as our day stay program, and first of all, thank you so much for inviting us and having us, Tim. As far as our day stay program, it's a program that we offer for loved ones that are keeping their loved ones at home as long as they possibly can. But the day stay program actually is offered 7 days a week from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 p.m. But we're very flexible as far as the hours. Individuals can come in and join us for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever they need.
What kinds of activities are available to someone who comes for the day stay program?
Well, as far as the day stay program, depending on what time that they do arrive, there's breakfast that's served from 7 until 10 in the morning, and then at 10 we usually have an activity. We have a very structured routine for our residents and our day stay guests. They come in and they participate not only in the dining experiences but also in the activities. They also would receive any care from our very well-trained and expert caregivers and our nurses. Our nurses are there 24 hours a day to offer services as well. So there is, activities anywhere from, we play volleyball, we have chair soccer, we have musical entertainment, we have the Sequim wheelers, we have very stimulating as far as the different puzzles. They will sit at different tables. There's always an individual engaging with them to help them throughout the day as well. But just the socialization alone really helps them.
Just a lot of good social programs,
Absolutely.
games, activities,
Yes.
The meals together. And I think we talked before we started recording a little bit about something that I know our family had found very helpful. And Linda, maybe you want to comment on this, but that was the ability to have your loved one bathed while they were there.
That's correct, Tim. Some people find our caregiving staff who do this day in and day out well versed in providing showers, and especially some of those individuals that are larger individuals maybe don't have the adjustments to their house. That's accommodations. So we do offer that for a small charge on top of that. Some people do it once a week, some a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And it offers some reassurance and comfort that their loved one is going to get showered.
Yeah, I think it's a great service. You mentioned there's an added cost for that. What does it cost for someone to take part in that day stay program?
For the day stay program, we offer those services for $25 an hour. For a shower, we do offer that and provide that for an additional $30 per shower.
Okay.
For families, yes.
And as we were talking about earlier, things like Medicare does not cover this, but I know our experience was that my in-laws had a long-term care policy that it did provide for that. So I would assume it just depends on the policy that a person might have, but if someone has that kind of insurance, that could also help defray some of the expense for them.
Yes.
Now, what about for caregivers? Obviously, the Respite program is a huge help. Do you offer other services for the caregivers themselves?
Actually we do. We have a family support group that we offer. It's the fourth Wednesday of every month, and our family members are invited to come, and Linda and myself, we do facilitate, and we have different topics each month, but it is a support system. So our day stay families are always welcome to come in as well. We always send an invite to them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It seems to me that there's a real help too, because you have a professional nursing staff there that's very experienced, that sometimes the person who is on this journey with their loved one has a hard time kind of having a really objective understanding of where is my loved one on this spectrum, and that's probably something you guys can help them with, isn't it?
It is, and we notice sometimes changes because we don't see them every day like the loved one does, and we can help determine, well, is that something, an infection going on that maybe the spouse missed? And we try to be very helpful that way as well.
Okay.
The other thing, the respite is an overnight stay, and we have people stay 1 night, 2 nights, up to 30 nights at a time for extended vacations. Graduation just happened with a family member, so it's been beneficial that way as well. Respite.
All right, so not just a day stay, but
Right.
an overnight stay as well.
Yes.
How many nights can that be for in that temporary kind of setting? Is there a limit to that as far as 2 nights or 3 nights or?
As long as it's anywhere from 1 night up to 30 nights.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
And there are exceptions, of course, just
Sure.
depending on an individual, what the family may need.
Okay.
So,
And I would imagine this is also a good way for a family to begin to kind of let their loved one experience and themselves investigate for when the time comes that they may need full-time care.
yes.
So.
Yeah. And another item, a component is, we do offer this a little survival guide, and this is something that families. What this does is actually it gives the families suggestions, or it really helps them. Say, for instance, if their loved one is exhibiting a certain type of behavior, maybe wandering, exit seeking out of the home, not recognizing their home. This little survival guide actually helps them. It gives them suggestion of how to approach their loved one.
Okay.
So,
And I believe we're going to get a copy of that and have it posted into the show notes for this podcast. So that's like a great help. Anything else you think people should know about your day stay respite program?
as far as our day stay and our overnight respite program, we really encourage and invite families to come into our community just to be able to feel the comfort level and the security for them to be. We want them to be comfortable. We want them to know that we are there to offer these services so they can go out and take care of maybe their outside obligations, get a little bit of rest they may need. But we, the activities and just the social engagement, it's really important for the positivity for that individual. It's really important for them to feel they are still needed. They have a purpose, to come and share their story with us. And, one thing that we did not mention is, the inner courtyard and the huge backyard that we have. Our residents and our day stay guests really enjoy being out and about, working in the garden. And we have apple trees, pear trees, plum trees all in the backyard, a huge gazebo area. We also invite families, as far as even the day stay, we invite them to come in and participate, in the day stay program. Maybe have a complimentary day and come in, see what it's all about. So they feel comfortable leaving their loved one there. They can have a meal with us. They can enjoy maybe the musical event that's there for that day. But it's important for them to feel comfortable as well, that we're going to take care of their loved one and offer these services.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for taking some time to share. And if this sounds like a program you'd be interested in learning more about, by all means, contact Dungeness Courte. Check out the show notes for this podcast. And I think this can be a really valuable service for someone who is on this caregiving journey. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.